Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Now, in today's video, you've obviously seen the title and maybe a piece of the thumbnail, but we are going to be ranking my top 10 favorite TV shows. Oh yeah, and I gotta say, I don't think I picked any TV shows with bad seasons. I think these ones have all been really good. All of my picks. And that's mostly because I've done some stuff there's shows about police work on here, which I do enjoy every now and again. But you will, of course, see some things that I enjoy. But there will be some shocking stuff on here, no pun intended, because of one of my listings. But anyways, we're here, and we're going to rank my top 10 favorite TV shows, ladies and gentlemen. But now, before we do that, I actually want to say a few things. For one, I have the script ready for the next Jurassic Park Return of the Dinosaurs episode. Yep, that's going to be coming out soon, and I think we're going to go film it Saturday. I think we're finally going to the park, but I actually had to redo the script because one of the ideas actually got a bit messed up because I was going to use my custom T-Rex for something, and then, time just apparently took hold of its jaw mechanism, and somehow something in its mouth fell off. I don't know how that happened. Now his jaw opening mechanism isn't really that good anymore. The top jaw really doesn't move well. The bottom jaw moves just fine. It's the top one that really doesn't move so well. So I had to switch from that idea, because, of course, my parents waited a millennia for them to finally take me to the park. But I got another idea that is going to work. And, of course, I'm not showing you the little thing I have here, but which it's filled with stuff. I'm going to introduce a lot of stuff in this new episode, so make sure to stick around Saturday, unless, weather gets in the way, because we have been seeing lots of rain here in Missouri lately. Lovely. So unless the weather affects it, expect it then. Also, the Mosasaurus is still on the way. I still have the finale of Jurassic Park Return of the Dinosaurs ready to go. I just need to get a few more things, like another Indominus Rex. But I have so far been on a hyena hybrid kick, a hyena hybrid trend. It's what I've been calling it because I did music videos about a hyena and a Jurassic World hybrid. And so far, I've done 2 of them. And they're both becoming, really popular. The phones have, really weird view counters. So one of them is lower and the other one is higher. And sometimes the view counter on my phone even switches. But I think the last time I checked, my second most recent upload, it had 1 like already and 13 views already. And on the other phone it said 8, which is incredible considering that hasn't even been out for a week. It's only been out for 2 days. So thank you guys for all of your support. And another thing, I have scheduled the next movie night. I think we're going to do it on Sunday. And I think we're going to be watching yet another EAS scenario. I think I'm going to try to focus on EAS scenarios because they're really fun to do. And you guys really enjoyed the last one. So I'm going to continue with that trend. And I think we're going to do Twister Trouble 1 since all the other Twister Troubles are 1 hour long. And I really do not have the space on that on my phone to do that. So we're gonna be sticking to Twister Trouble 1, and so we're gonna do it Sunday. I'm not sure what time. I think I'm gonna do it at around 12, maybe even earlier, maybe 11. But you will get it a bit after I wake up, but you are going to get it. Trust me. And the final thing I wanted to mention before we get into this video is I'm going to be showing you all my pictures of my trip to the Wild Animal Adventure, because I went to that, and unfortunately, because of the layout of the place, I wasn't able to get footage. However, I was able to get the pictures of the most interesting animals, and it had some awesome opportunities. Like, there were some things that were actually life goals of mine to see, and quite a lot of them were fulfilled. And, of course, you're going to have to wait until that video comes out so you can see what exactly. But that place was amazing. I love that place. So, expect a video on that, like, I don't know. Like, we're going to be sending pictures to my dad's phone, because, unfortunately, I can't record photos on this phone, which is the one that I use to record videos. So anyways, guys, I think that is it, and we are going to get into the top 10. So guys, here at number 10, we have Most Shocking. This is one of the shows about police work that I have. It's one of 3 on here. I mean, unless you count one that has partially police work on it. Like, it doesn't have all police work, it just has partially. Of course, I gotta click this, and it won't allow me to just, like, get this with, like, a black background on, like, my phone. Like, the phone I'm recording with. Like, my dad's phone really sucks when I need to record. However, this show was really good. I love the content on here, because, like, it's all the good things about police work that we expect to see in a show like this. So, I enjoyed it. The only real issue that I could say about it is that it really doesn't have any recognizable names, unlike the other 2 shows on this list. And of course, if you count the other one, then that also has some recognizable names. Yeah. But, I enjoyed the show. The content on it is amazing. Like, the only really complaints I have about it are some of the content is insanely stupid, which is notable with criminals sometimes. Because sometimes they can be absolute idiots, while sometimes they can try to be extremely smart. They can only try to, in reality, though. And there's some, like, really tense scenes on here, but it's only, some of the content's a bit bleh. And there's not really any recognizable names. Oh, and also, a fun fact about this show. Do you guys know that, like, iconic sound from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series? It is used in this show quite a bit, and I recognize that sound instantly. I'm like, wait a minute, that's from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. That's a cool reference. So, overall, I liked it. It's not as good as the ones above it. Once again, guys, this ain't gonna come out great, but at number 9, we have Ancient Aliens. One of the History Channel shows that I accidentally found. I just bumped into it, and I thought, yeah, that's really cool. Like, I really love Ancient Aliens, and I think lots of other people do too, because it's actually, well, not gonna be able to zoom back into that, but it is incredible. Like, the content it shows is ridiculous, sure, but it's about extraterrestrials. What do you expect? And there's actually some, like, recognizable names in this show. Like, there's one guy is from Doomsday, 10 Ways the World Will End. And it's cool that he's in here because, whoops, yeah. Again, this ain't gonna be great, guys. Oh, man. It's cool that he was in there because the episode of Doomsday that he was in was about an alien invasion. So that's really cool to see him transition over. And you also get, like, really cool titles, like Robot Gods of Egypt. Come on. Of course that's gonna draw you in. Of course it's gonna make you think, okay, that is amazing. Once again, this seems to be really popular, because as far as I know, it's still running currently. And you see with this poster, it's celebrating 10 years, and it's currently at 15. And just look at that imagery. You get the title card, you get pyramids and all sorts of stuff in the background, and a crashed UFO. Bleh. There we go. Like, this show's just wild. Like, that's the thing that I love about it. It's just, it takes risks, and it's awesome. The only really complaints that I would have about it is it kind of really gets too ridiculous in some spots, which granted I can get over that, but the other issue, and it's actually a serious one, the CGI quality is very low. And you guys are probably saying, well, this is a documentary, it doesn't have to have realistic CG. Keep in mind that if this did have realistic CG, it would be in like the top 5, maybe even top 3. That's how good this show actually is. If it just had good CG, then it would be up there as one of my favorite shows. So this show was wild. I love Ancient Aliens. Number 9. Here at number 8, we have Court Cam. This is another one of those police shows. I mean, this isn't really police work. It's like showing the footage from courtrooms and showing you scenarios from it. But I really like this show. Like, I think I'm gonna make a controversial statement here and say that these shows were better than Live PD, which I wasn't really a big fan of. It's a real shame that they took most of these off. I do believe Court Cam is still going. But, like, especially one of my other placements, it really sucks, the Black Lives Matter thing. Like, this sucks because great shows went away as a consequence. Like, that is one thing about 2020 that I'm absolutely gonna hate. Just the fact that these shows went away. But you can instantly see one of the reasons why this made it to top 10. Dan Abrams from Live PD. And I really like this guy. Like, I did see him in one other thing besides, like, Live PD and Court Cam. And he was a lot younger in that. It's kind of strange to see him there. But as a host, damn it. Wow. Dan Abrams, how did I not get that right? He always does well, even when he is alone. And one thing I love about this show is that it was actually able to cope well with the coronavirus. Like, if a show can adapt to a pandemic, then that is one sign of good quality. The clips in here aren't the best, but then again, they were literally filmed on courtroom cameras. And some of the material in here is actually pretty shocking. Like, it's actually kind of creepy. Like, you see this and you're like, oh god, what just happened? So, I love Court Cam. It couldn't quite make it into, like, the top 5, because there were a few shows that managed to top it. But, I love Court Cam. Number 8. Up here at number 7 is Terra Nova. This was a cool show. Like, I first accidentally encountered this one thanks to Carnage Counts. He's a cool channel. He, like, kill counts, like, just random shows and movies. Especially sci-fi content, which I go to his channel a lot to see. But it's stuff like this that I really love, because obviously it's about dinosaurs, and I love dinosaurs. But the main dino it had, and this is where this show will always get credit for me, is obviously on screen the Carnotaurus. Heck yes, this is a dinosaur that you need to put in. Because, like, this is an incredibly popular dino, so expanding on its popularity is always a great decision, and we've had it in a lot of content now. Like Age of Dinosaurs, Terra Nova, obviously. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. We're gonna see it in the new Jurassic World Netflix series, which I'm still excited to see. And I'm really gonna hope that doesn't suck, because I'm really excited for it. We're possibly going to see them in Dominion, although I'm not sure. We've seen them in Turok, Son of Stone. We've seen them in a lot of video games. Land Before Time, like Disney's Dinosaur. Just so many things that the Carnotaurus has been in. So it's a very popular dino, and to expand on its popularity is always a good idea. Like, I'm always up for seeing Carnotaurus. Like, as soon as I see those horns, I'm like, here we go. And like, I just really love this. The story is pretty cool. Like, you see the future and it's like, oh man, that's apocalyptic. So you got this group of people who go back in time to try to colonize prehistoric Earth or something like that. I really like it. The only real problems I could see is that the CGI quality is a bit like it's not the greatest. But then again, I can easily get over that thanks to I enjoy low budget sci-fi films. But the main concern I have with this show is that the characters are really boring and some of them are just real idiots. So I can't really enjoy them. But one thing I do appreciate about this show still is all the different types of dinosaurs that they have. Because they have brachiosaurs, they have, I believe, Guanlong. You know, that small tyrannosaurid. Yes, a small tyrannosaurid. I believe that's in here, but I also love how the Carnotaurus, they start out as barely having any horns. Like, they start out kind of looking like the Metracanthosaurus from Mattel, where they just have, like, noticeable, like, protrusions above their eyes, which is really cool. I really love that aspect about them. Like, just how they proceed into adults, like, is really cool. So, I really do love this show. I like it a lot. Number 7, Terra Nova. Up here at number 6, we have Primeval New World. Now, you guys know I love Primeval. Like, it's one of the things I've talked about heavily on my channel. And I also do like its American spin-off, even if it's, of course, lower than the original. But one thing I did love about it was, of course, on screen, you can see here, the Albertosaurus. I really love Albertosaurus. So to see it in here is really cool. I just love the different creatures that they have in here, like Utahraptor, the giant dragonfly, I can't remember its name, Pachycephalosaurus. Like, how could you not? Trike, Titanoboa, just so many awesome creatures. I will say, like, I believe the CGI quality may have gone up, in fact, because CGI looks just a tad bit better. Of course, the anomalies are the only real exception. But I do like the characters. It's, once again, a continuation of the BBC series, so you keep all the surviving characters and you just go on from there. Yes, I love the continuity in here. I love the CGI, I love the characters, I especially love the creatures, like, just all the cool creatures that they have in here. Pteranodon, like, how is that not in the original? How is that not? So, I really love Primeval New World. Like, it's not as high as Primeval, but it's definitely one of my favorite dinosaur shows, and we've had quite a few of them. So, I think it's a worthy spot at number 6. We're halfway we're halfway through. There we go. That's how you speak proper English. And at number 5, we have World's Dumbest. Now, I have done some reactions to this show on YouTube, and that's because this show is just enjoyable. Like, it's hilarious on so many levels, and that's because it wants to be. It wants to be stupid, and it wants to be hilarious. That's the thing I love about it, because it shows off absolute idiots. Like a guy who rides a bike off the roof of a school. Oh man, like, I definitely expected to see schools in here. And it's kind of given me some ideas, which obviously most I'm not going to attempt. Because, like, I feel like there should have been a guy who has jumped on with a pogo stick on a trampoline. I think I should have seen that by now. I also probably should have seen someone hang from a chandelier. In which I would imagine both would not have been very good. You have guys trying to run over moving cars. You have guys trying to do wheelies naked. Oh my god. Just thinking about this show makes me laugh. So sometimes I just bust out laughing for no reason. Because I'm thinking about this. I will admit there are some genres that it does that are a bit weak, like Performers and Inventions. But Thrill Seekers is my favorite. Like, Thrill Seekers is just non-stop entertainment. Partiers is also good. Okay. Don't know what the heck I did there. But anyways. Partiers is good because there was one guy who like projectile vomited. Oh man, I don't even know how well this is coming in on camera. I sound a bit stuffy now that I think about it. I love World's Dumbest. It's just so stupid and funny that I gotta love it. Number 5, World's Dumbest. Body cams in the bathroom, huh? At number 4, we have PD Cam. Now, instantly, the best part of this show on screen right now, Sean Sticks Larkin. I mean, just most people just call him Sticks, and this guy says it throughout the series, but bleh. I love this guy, like, especially since he's like an actual cop, like he's an actual law enforcement person. Like, it's good to have that as the host of the show because he's actually got experience with this stuff. He does it all the time. So that's one thing I love about it. But he has also made a cameo in this show on a body cam. Like, there's actually a scenario in here that takes place in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And he actually shows up in one of the sequences, and he even says it. Like he calls it out, saying, "The person who you're about to see looks like me, is me." And you notice, oh yeah, that's him. And that's a really cool cameo to see him in. You also get to meet some of his fellow officers. You get to meet other officers at the end, which is really cool, in like little interviews. You get to hear about canine units. You get to hear about awesome stuff like police chases, robberies, holdups. Basically everything you want from this show is given to you in PD Cam. The only real complaint I would have about it is that the footage in here isn't the best, and I think I could get over that because, like, this dude even calls it out, saying, "Note that this footage ain't gonna be the best." And it's actually clear enough that you can see all the action, and some of it's like really shocking. Like when you see like a rollover, you're like, "Oh my god, what just happened?" And then later on, they show someone was ejected from the vehicle, and you're like, "What the heck?" There's really good stuff in here, and of course, I knew there had to be at least one. There's a cameo by a gator in here. To be honest, guys, I knew there had to be just at least one. At least one cameo from a Florida alligator. Like, just one. Just one had to be in here. So, I love PD Cam. Number 4. Man, when do we get that back? When does the Black Lives Matter... Yeah, I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right, but Black Lives Matter. When does that end? Because I want to watch this show again. Dang it. Number 3. You knew this one had to be up high on the list. Like, you longtime fans of my channel had to expect this one. Legends of Chima. This is one of the Lego cartoons. This is one of 3 that I know of. And I gotta say, this one has so far been the best because this is the one that I stuck to until its, of course, unfortunate end. Like, literally everyone is talking about that. Because that's, like, one of the major flaws about it, was that it had to end so soon. But, especially Fire vs. Ice. Like, Fire vs. Ice was awesome. Especially, like, here. Like, this is some stunning imagery, folks. And, of course, this does have, like, really cool characters. Like, it definitely has, like, my favorite villain in the form of Sir Fangar. Like, he fills the role so well as an ice-cold leader. There's, like, awesome cinematography in here. You get great characters. Like, literally, this is one of the shows I could gush non-stop about. Like, there's only really a couple little spots where it's a tad bad. Like, I've seen a lot of people rant on this show. I don't get it. I literally do not get it. I love this show. I'm probably going to get Fire vs. Ice on DVD as soon as I can. But, I love this show. Number 3, Legends of Chima. Well, guys, no surprise to most of you, we are at the top 2, and we have the exact same contenders that I thought we were going to have. Like, ever since I was thinking about doing this video, I always thought that, one of the ones that you're going to see, I'm not going to spoil it yet, because I'm going to say them, but I'm not going to say them quite yet. I always thought that this one was going to be number 1. But then it had some heavy competition by another show that I absolutely cherish, and I am watching it now, as a matter of fact, and I'm like, oh geez, this is a rough decision, because it's really hard to like make a decision here when you have 2 shows that you really love. One of them, great quality, excellent quality, has dinosaurs, which draws me in, of course, because I love dinosaurs and all sorts of other prehistoric creatures. And it really makes you feel for the characters. Like, you really care about them, and you really want them to survive. While the other one has amazing replay value, is equally as entertaining, but is just really tugs on the old heartstrings for me. Because I do remember watching this one way back. But it's really a close race between the 2. Now, for you guys who don't know, it's coming down to the BBC series Primeval in all 3 of its seasons, not counting New World, because that was a spinoff, and The Lion Guard. One of them, again, really entertaining, awesome effects, great characters, and it really just draws me in, because it's about dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures. But then the other one, really nostalgic, like every time I see that poster up in Movie Mania, like the video store we have here, they have a Lion Guard poster. Every time I go by that, I just feel endless nostalgia right there. That's why going by that place just feels so satisfying to me for some odd reason. It really just tugs on the old heartstrings, has even better replay value. Like, it gets better upon rewatch, and it's already really good. And I would say I do really love the characters. Like, it's really a close race between the 2. So, and I believe I have said before that one of these was the best. So, which one gets number 1 and which one gets number 2? Well, some of you might be shocked, because number 2 is actually going to be Primeval. I had to do it. I had to do it. Like, as far as like overall quality, this show was better, but I'm gonna have to go with lots of nostalgia over just pure entertainment and quality. So it's probably gonna be a controversial decision, but I don't care. I'm going for it. Not taking anything away from this show. This show was awesome. The creatures in it were amazing. I loved almost all the creatures in here had something cool about them. Like, and the CGI in here was really good, especially for like BBC stuff. The characters, once again, you really care for them, and you really feel for them. You also have some really iconic cameos, like the Spinosaurus, which I absolutely love. I absolutely love the dino designs in this. How could you fault them? Awesome designs. No matter if you love the show or hate the show, you gotta admit, the designs were awesome. The tension that it builds up, and the effects quality is just amazing. That's one of the reasons why I thought, at first, this would definitely be number 1. Then, I really thought about it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to put this a bit lower. There we go. I'm just waiting for that to pop up. I'm gonna have to put this just a tad bit lower, because I'm gonna have to go with nostalgic purposes on this one. But not taking anything away from the show, Primeval was awesome. And I think I may like it equally. It's just, that nostalgia, once again. So, Primeval, a very close race, but I'm putting it in number 2. But once again, I'm going to have to go with nostalgic purposes on this one, because The Lion Guard really brings back a lot of nostalgia for me. Like, every time I look at it, I just get endless memories of me just watching it. It's just incredible. Just incredible, like, all that I see from the show. And it's still good today. Like, it still really holds up. And I think it's one of the only kid shows that really does that, besides Legends of Chima, of course. Because, like, I have noticed most kid shows really tend to be cartoony, and maybe it's just because I'm really, like, out of age. And I watch stuff that was really out of age, like the sci-fi movies. But they really don't age well as you get older. Like, when you're a kid, you think they're good because you can just enjoy anything that you see, really, except the stuff that you get a bad feeling about. And then when you grow up and you rewatch them, you're like, huh, this kind of sucks now, compared to like when I was like 8 or 7. Unlike this, which actually ages perfectly. The Lion Guard really pulled it off there. Okay, don't know what the heck that was. Don't even know if that was captured on screen, but what the heck was that? But anyways, guys, the cinematography in here, for one, like the renditions, everything that they get in here is spot on. I love all the characters except for like a few, and I could get to that when I hopefully rank all the characters. I think there's like over like 100 in here. So it's going to take a lot of my patience to do that. Yeah, and I'm really starting to sound bad on camera because I've kind of tugged at my voice. But I love this show. So much nostalgia. I love the characters. Excellent replay value. Like, it actually gets better upon rewatch. And the most shocking thing is that, once again, I've shared this story like a million times already. Thanks to Sci-Fi Films, Disney did not age well with me. Thankfully, I found this and I watched it before that happened, so I still do enjoy it today. But it's one of the few things that I still get enjoyment out of from Disney because, once again, Sci-Fi Films really changed my perspective on movie making. And so I really enjoy this. Like, just some of the songs and some of the like scenes are not the greatest. There is some like a bit corny acting in here, but really it's just like itty bitty little nitpicks. Like, I would like it equal to Primeval, and maybe I would like Primeval more, but if it weren't for that nostalgia, Primeval would definitely be number 1. But I gotta go with that nostalgic feeling for this one. So The Lion Guard, it's first place. So anyways, guys, that is my rankings. Let me know what you think of them down in the comments below, and feel free to share your rankings in the comments as well. And of course, if you liked this video, like it, add it to your favorites, share it if you want to help to support the channel, and also if you want to help to support the channel, then go ahead and click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can get notified of all my latest videos. And I will see you in the next video.